Blog Talk Radio.
It seems like I got nothing to do. Hit up SimFBall Radio. I'm listening to one of the top podcasts, and they bringing you the real. And when they talk sports, it feels like you want to feel. From real talk to real sports, from Madden to 2K. Just listen for one day, they'll grab you and you'll say it's on the net, man. Turn off your stereo, not music. I mess with SimFBall Radio.
What's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of SimFBall Radio. We are now on episode 54, and I got it right this time. I know last week I said 43, and Smitty had to correct me. But we're back for another episode, and oh boy, as you can imagine, we have a lot to talk about tonight. So we're going to jump, right into getting it started, man. Let's go around and see how the panel is doing, and then we're going to kick it off because I have a feeling this is going to be one of those nights. But Smitty, man, what's going on with you? How was your week, man?
Week was pretty good, man. Had a nice, funny Saturday. I didn't know a ball spiraling through the air equaled how great a game was going to be until Saturday. And now we're noticing today that a hurdle and a slight glimpse of a stiff arm means that, once again, the game is going to be epic. So, I don't know, man. I like, the thirst is real, but this is a bit much. You know what I'm saying? So, but it's all entertaining, though, either way, though. It's all entertaining, This is what competition coming back is happening here, but all roads lead to E3. So, hey, like I said, I'm excited. I'm looking forward to it, even though, I won't be able to attend this year, but nevertheless, I'm looking forward to it. But the perfect storm is coming. Like we said, we're seeing it all unfold, Twitter, YouTube, and all that, but the storm is coming.
Yeah, man. I was gonna tell you to save some of your enthusiasm because we definitely gonna address those things. But AZ, man, how was your week, man? What you got for us?
It's funny, man, because if you hadn't been following me on Twitter, this week led to community interactions and just what I'm observing and being on the hamster wheel. I have denounced my membership from the Sim community. I'm no longer in the Sim community, not a part of it. As far as playing by Sim principles, we'll always do that. We'll always look for simulation factors. But as far as YouTube, Twitter, and social media, so forth and goes, I'm part of the unbiased community because the Sim community is very biased. And I don't agree with that. So, it's been an interesting week. Like Smitty said, we're starting to see individuals' true colors show, which they have been showing for a while, but it's starting to get really ugly now. So, it's been an interesting week, but no longer a part of the Sim community. But I will always be a part of the Sim Standard and SimFBall Radio and whatnot. But this behavior that I've been seeing exhibited, and we're going to touch on it too, just because, not in individuals, but just how the community puts on the Stevie Wonder glasses, so to speak, when things come up and they're not in favor of what they want to see. So, we're going to touch on it. We're going to get on it. But interesting week, say nonetheless, and I'll pass it back to Tim. But it's going to be one of them shows.
Yeah, man, a very interesting week, and I definitely want to, follow up to what Azur just said. And I think he summed it up perfectly right at the end. And I've been saying this for a while, man. Y'all have heard me say I don't represent that community. What we represent is the Sim Standard. Okay, we represent the Sim Standard, going all the way back to when the three of us didn't even know each other. We linked up through YouTube because we were all preaching the same type of message, maybe in different ways, but we all had the same common goal, and that led to us hooking up and eventually meeting each other in person because there was a Sim Standard that we abided by, as well as we also we wanted these developers to start listening, because at that time, we felt like Madden was behind and it was the only game. So we wanted someone to hear us, as well as we wanted a company like 2K to come back. So I'm announcing that right here on the show as well. That whole sim community, I ain't a part of that, because that community has grown new legs and they run it. They're gone. I don't represent those principles, because that community spend more time wasting, their time on individuals, and it ain't even about the games no more. And a little bit about the game that they're displaying is not even enough for you to develop an opinion. That's just the little bit of gameplay that's being shown is not enough for you to even develop a real opinion about the game. We will never like that. NY Kid came on the show last week and he said, man, I remember when this community, you better not dare say anything about a trailer. Y'all remember that? Because I do.
Yep. Yeah.
But, I tell you, man.
We didn't care about teasers, but.
No, we sure didn't. We sure didn't. And you know what? Y'all might go ahead, Azul. No, go ahead.
When that Madden 06 trailer dropped, and then the game wasn't like the trailer. And then, people were more recently upset by the CGI trailer of Madden 25. But the game, closely resembled that. Madden 06 nowhere resembled what we saw there. But, people want to break down 3 seconds of that's not even gameplay. I don't know what to call that, but the ball spiraling through the air, that's not gameplay. But if people want to break that down, they're so thirsty in the desert, the Sahara that is the sim community, the bias community, then so be it.
I tell you, man, and I say this all the time. I always say, you know what? I'm not going to name names and all that, but you know what, man? It's going to get to a point where I'm going to start saying people's name here and there, because one reason why is because the realness in me won't allow me to what's the word I'm looking for? It won't allow me to perform like cowardly acts. What I mean by that is technically in the street or what have you, and I'm just using that as a reference. I'm not, talking about the hood. I'm just saying when it's you and another guy or you and a group of guys, really, if you got something to say about somebody, you're supposed to say exactly who you're talking about. You should never allude to or, make it seem as if and make people figure it out. Now, there is some exception here in this community because we kind of do that playing because everybody knows exactly who you're talking about. But it's going to get to the point now, I'm just going to start saying names because at the end of the day, even by me saying your name, ain't going to make you famous. It ain't going to happen. And it might happen here tonight on the show as we dive deep into some of these topics because this is how my week has been. I might as well go ahead and well, let me read to you guys the topic, and then I'm going to jump off the first topic because I think this is definitely the elephant in the room, and we definitely need to address it. But here are the topics, guys, for the night, and then, like I said, we're going to jump right into it, man, so we can get this show started. We want to talk about NHL 16, those features that were discussed or what was shown by EA Sports. Definitely want to talk about what we thought, what we liked, what we disliked, how impressed, we may be with the information that was released. And then we want to talk about, sports titles catering to the casual audience. We want to reflect on a video from a fellow member in the community, Resolve, had a great video, great, very well put together. It almost reminded me of how, like, B. Fife used to do his videos. Very nice video, man. And this is a guy that, and he even said it in the video, this is a guy that at times we've gone back and forth over stuff. He actually played in the league with us. We had a great time. A good dude. And now he's starting to see it from a grown man perspective and just giving his piece. That was a wonderful video. So we're going to reflect on that and basically, talk about that topic as well. And then, the question that we asked a few weeks ago, can the sim and casual gamers coexist? Then we definitely want to talk about Madden 16 and Joe Montana. And, when I wrote up this topic, there's a little more information that has dropped in the last 2 hours. So it's a lot that we're going to cover there. But we definitely want to talk about the screenshots. I don't know if any of you guys, follow my Instagram. I did a comparison. I put up that Andrew Luck side by side with that last screenshot we got of a facial scan from Joe Montana, and my caption was, "This is the reason why you can't judge games on a screenshot." And we're going to dive into that a little more. I'll tell you what I mean. But just Joe Montana versus Madden in general, we're going to dive all into that because, like Smitty said, there's little snippets of gameplay and stuff coming out. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about the fact that we're not seeing much. And I have another interesting spin I want to put on. I want to pose a question to you guys that are listening about those clips that are coming out. I actually tweeted it. Well, I texted it to Azure and Smitty earlier. I think they know where I'm going with it. I got a question about that footage. All right? But the last topic, and which will be the first topic, the elephant in the room. We're going to talk about the E3 trip and myself doing the GoFundMe campaign. Now, you guys know how I am and who I am. I don't care about what people think, but I feel like I do owe it to my subscribers and my followers to at least give you an explanation in case, it came off as a head-scratcher. And also to show you exactly with me doing that, what it actually did to this community, what they really don't see for themselves. So, there are the topics. Let's go ahead and jump right to it. I'm going to go ahead and attack that topic right off the bat. Okay. Now, this is all off the head. I didn't write anything down. I'm just going to reflect for me. Now, my week was very eventful. Thing I did is I tweeted out on, what day was that? Was that Saturday? I said at 12 a.m., I'm going to pull off the biggest troll move of all time. I tweeted it for an hour from 11 to 12. I was watching a little bit of boxing. From 11 to 12, I can continue to tweet. I'm going to pull off the biggest troll move ever. Okay. Video drops. And what is it? It's me saying once again, in the title, I tell you, official footage for Joe Montana. And then I also said, biggest troll move of all time. Okay, so if you got that far, you click on it. All I did was put up words that said, this is the biggest troll move ever. And I whistled the Jeopardy song. Now, some people didn't understand what that was about. It basically was, we listen to that song when we're waiting for people to give us Final Jeopardy. That's kind of what Joe Montana feels like to me. We're waiting. That song just plays and plays and plays, and we're waiting for them to give us some final information. It was a joke. That's the first part of the week. It was a joke, and the sim community can't take a joke. They can't see the forest from the trees. Anytime I told you exactly what it was, I didn't trick you. I said, this is the biggest troll move of all time. And you still had the nerve to be pissed at me and say, oh, I'm picking fun. Oh, he's hating. Oh, really? And what they missed was my tweet when I tweeted it to Joe Montana and Damon Grohl. And I said, the irony of this whole thing, I hope this blows up in my face. But ain't nobody comment about that. They only focused on what perceived to be negativity, which further let me know that these guys are not concerned with the product or holding people accountable for delivering the product, giving information on the product. They're more concerned with individuals. So, later on in the week, what did I do? I decided, you know what? Somebody needs to go to E3. Somebody from the sim community, I say that in cough because we're really not a part of that community, but let's just say our community. Our community are the guys who have a level head, the unbiased sim football community. And I like to call us and this is funny, let me throw this in real quick. I was thinking this the other day. I said, we're like the AFC and the NFC. We're the AFC over here. Now, it's too bad that the Smitty's real team is the NFC because it can't technically be official. I don't want to leave him out in that regard. But we're the AFC, and the AFC stands for the Adult Football Community. And then you have the NFC, the non-productive football community. That's what I like to call those guys.
Take that.
We are the adult football community because we look at things with an adult mentality. We handle ourselves like adults. We are productive. We give constructive feedback like adults, grown men. But over there in the NFC, all they want to do is bicker. The negative football community. That's all they want to do. Talk about people, call people out their name, and we're about to get to that. Because let me go ahead and jump to the next thing because I'm taking up too much time as it is. So what else did I decide to do? I said, okay, somebody needs to go to E3. I've been saying for the last several months that we won't go on. Have I not said that? So all of a sudden I said, you know what? Yeah, I'm going to go. It's going to cost me a lot of money, but I'm going to go. Now, before I get into the money aspect, I want you guys to think about this. If I had a motive behind tricking people as they're telling me or scamming them as they're saying, why would I wait until a month before? Don't you can't give me a little more credit than that? I'm not nicer than that scam artist you ever seen where I can construct this plan from January. I guess I'm a scrub when it comes to being a scammer because, I wait to the last minute in hopes to get all of your money. Like I'm Madoff or somebody, I guess. That's right there, that's number one, is hilarious. I'm this big scam artist, but I wait until the last minute to pull off the heist. Okay, so then I tell you guys, and the community doesn't respect real. I'm being realer than most. I'm probably one of the realest people y'all have ever encountered on this internet. Real enough to tell you, yo, man, I'm going to be honest with you. It's going to cost me a lot of money to go out there. It's going to cost me like over $1,000 to go. That's not a lot. When you talk about hotel stay, plane ticket, equipment, like a camera and all that, because I want to do interviews, especially if I see Damon Groh and these guys. One thing you should think about, there's really no benefit for me personally to go. I don't need to go to E3. We told you that last year. Do y'all remember that? We told you when we came back. I was glad to get the experience. But, I saw games and all that, but I was really just focused on Madden. People, I don't need to see Madden. I have seen Madden. I have played Madden. What does E3 do for SimFBallCritic? Okay, some people could say, oh, yeah, well, you have a YouTube channel and blah, blah, blah. Yeah, of course. But outside of that, is it worth me going to E3 for my own benefit? You know the reason why I'm going? Because I actually care about you guys in the community, and my community, not those other guys. Over here in the AFC, I care about that. Because I used to, and I tell Mad and Shop this, man, y'all dudes used to hold me down so much back in the day, man. I used to wait for them Mad Scientist videos pop up at E3. Those was my go-to guys. I take pride in being your go-to guy, as does Smitty, as does the Zoo Effect. And what's even worse, we keep it real. We tell y'all stuff about gaming, community development, EA, that nobody else has ever told you. All right, so let's get back to the point real quick because I don't want to take too much time. I was so real in the video, in both videos. Let's say that because now people are telling me, oh, he lied in the first video, blah, blah, blah. Okay. I was real enough as a man to tell y'all, listen, man, it's cost me a grip to go out there. I ain't asking for your money. But, hey, if you want to help donate, and help towards the cause because I'm going out there for us, I'd be more than appreciative. If you don't. Right there, that kills the whole scamming notion. Because if I was scamming, why would I tell you not to give me nothing? Why would I give you the option to be like, if you don't. But these people over here, they make it seem as if I came out and I'm swindling you out of money. They act as if I don't have the money to go. Now let's go back to the 1 month before again. Do you think if I didn't have money to go to E3, I would wait until 1 month away to try to raise it? Really? A month. So obviously I have the ability to go. Because, like I said, both videos I said, if you don't want to donate, don't. I'm still going. But I don't, and listen, and shout out to NY Kia and Virtual Footballer. These two guys are real ones, and they will always be real in my eye. Even though, and we've all admitted it, even though me and, and Virtual at times in the past, we've had different opinions and all that. But at the end of the day, you know why I respect him as a man? Because, for one, he's an adult. He's in the AFC. For two, that man straight up told me, like, yo, I'm going to keep it real, Sim. I ain't necessarily like the idea, but you was straight up honest in that video. Yo, I can't knock that. That's what I'm talking about. NY Kia said something similar, like, hey, it might not have been one of his best ideas, but, I mean, so what? Why did you guys, and I'm saying you guys because you listen, man. You always listen to the show. Y'all are our number one fans. That's even the funnier part about this whole thing with this community. Why are you so bent out of shape over what SimFBallCritic does? One man. I got word last night that there was a Skype call about me. That's a little disturbing, bro. Wow. I'm on your head like that? Y'all need to look in the mirror. I'm just keeping it 100. Y'all need to look in the mirror. You are worried about me. Why? And shout out to people like SEC Elite. I appreciate you, man, because, you're one of those guys that try to reel me back in on Twitter. They'd be like, yo, stop feeding into them dudes. And y'all are correct. But at the end of the day, like I've said this before, we're all men. There's only so much you can take. When people are attacking your character and this and that, this one dude, I know y'all seen that. Well, I can't remember which one it was. I think it was Dollar or one of them dudes. Dude called me a predator. This dude tweeted out that, parents, keep your kids away from SimFBallCritic. Wow. That's what it's come to? But I'm supposed to be the sucker, though. Me. And you doing stuff like that. But I'm supposed to be, the sucker and the chump. Yo, over here in the AFC, I know some of y'all heard what I just said, and y'all probably like, for real? Yes, that's for real. And shout out to my man DJ81 that was like, hey, Sim could sue you for that, right? Like, there's certain lines you shouldn't cross. You out here basically attacking, his whole integrity, defamation of character.
Defamation of character.
That's real. Yeah. My man said I'm a predator. How do you get to that? I don't get that. But at the end of the day, like I said, let me wrap this up, and I'm going to throw it to this committee real quick. Listen, I will still stand by what I did. It's going to cost me I told you, it's going to cost me upwards of over $1,000 to go to E3. I'm doing it on the strength of my community. I want to get this information for y'all. If I got to foot this bill, I'm going to foot the bill. I'm already in line to go. I'm booked. All I'm merely doing is saying, hey, if you want to donate and help, with my expenses because I'm representing our community, please feel free to do so. If you don't. It's a simple decision. And there's two guys who have already donated. One of them I know is actually probably going to be on the show tonight, I'm pretty sure. I appreciate that from the bottom of my heart, man. Because at the end of the day, what you basically telling me is like, yo, I see what you're doing. I believe in what you're doing. You're doing that for us. Here, man, take a little bit. And I just don't understand why it bothers these people so much. That has nothing to do with you or gaming. Even if, let's just say this real quick, and then I'll throw it to Smitty. Even if I came out and I was straight up saying, hey, man, I'm broke. I don't have any money. I don't have no way to go. Could you guys please? Even if I did that, what business of yours is it? Why is your life affected? And that's the part about this community. That was the last straw, man. I'm done with those jerks, man. And, yeah, I'm calling them out there like they do me. I'm done with that idiotic stuff. This needed to be done tonight because we keep saying we're done, but I am absolutely – I'm finished with that. I am not a part of that community. And the sad truth is, y'all the same dudes who going to be sitting at your computer waiting for me to post a video with that footage. That's the crazy. That's the irony in this whole thing. But go ahead, Smitty. Take it away, man, because we got to get to these other topics.
All right, I'm going to make it, I'm just going to be real brief, since we throw names out there. You said it, and I mean, thing is, when you're unbiased, because, I'm working on a different playing field now, like you said, like what AZ was saying. Look, I don't look at the glass half empty or half full. I look at a full glass and value it from what I'm actually getting, and that's it. Dollar Jr., you coming out here calling dudes pedophiles, basically. You calling him a pedophile over a video game. That's ridiculous. I definitely would not want to associate with you by any means. I don't even want to be in the same Skype call with you. Matter of fact, speaking of Skype, DJ knows about this, VF knows about this, Bills knows about this. You want to sit up here and call somebody out on the video, but how come on the past Saturday when we were all on Skype, as soon as I came in the Skype call, you had to leave all of a sudden? See what I'm saying? That cowardice. And that's what I'm talking about. And he did it twice, so don't get it twisted. All of a sudden, he had to go as soon as. And the thing is, he was talking greasy about me before I got in. So then as soon as I got on the Skype call, all of a sudden, he got to go. All of a sudden. Frightening coincidence. Then I get bounced out of the Skype call. I add myself back in, and you're there, but then as soon as I come back in, you got to go right back out. See, these dudes are cowards. That's what I'm saying. Like, you never have to worry about guys like Dollar Jr. or some other dudes out here that they'll never call the show, but they'll spend all day on Twitter talking about you, and they'll make videos about you. So that's why I say they are our number one fans. These guys pay the most attention. Well, they pay attention on the surface. I'm not going to say they actually pay attention to us, because they don't. Because if you hear some of the things said, you'll know that. But the bottom line here is that, what we do, this is not free. This show that's being done is not free. Going to E3 is not free. You know what I'm saying? Now, hold on, no. People have a problem with what Sim did, and that's fine for the people that took it respectively. So how do you think? So how many people threw stones at BB Highlights when he said, "Hey guys, I'd appreciate it if you guys donated for these rosters that I did." Now, how many of y'all threw stones at him when he did them rosters? You know what I'm saying? I remember seeing videos from Big Play Killer talking about, I'm gonna donate $50 to those dudes for the APF roster. Now, I ain't seen nobody thumb his video down 8 million times and say, can you believe what Big Play Killer's doing? He's actually going to give them money for free rosters. Like, you didn't see that happen. But here's Sim straight telling you what the situation is, and it's a running joke. So, see, this is what I'm saying. When you look at a glass half empty or half full, you ain't going to get the whole thing. That's why I like dealing with people that look at the glass, the full glass, because they think of the whole spectrum, and that's what I immediately thought. I'm like, wait, dudes up here thumbing the video down, making fun of Sim, getting mad at him, but no one did this when BB Highlights did them rosters. What about them dudes that do those APF and 2K5 rosters from back then? Those dudes want donations too. But you don't see anybody saying, how dare they ask for it? Like, you don't hear any of that. So this is why
it's personal, Smitty. That's why it's personal. They showing their own colors, man. They're showing them so bad.
You even got dudes out here that are one of the pioneers of making vids in this community, out here still holding on to the same personal issues that he's got for like nearly 2-3 years now. Same problem. And he's voicing it today in 2015. But won't call the show. No. Won't call in and say anything. No. He's going to fall back to Twitter and fall back to cutting on Sony Vegas or whatever and going to record that way. That's how you're going to address people. Okay, well, so be it. If that's what you got to do. See, that's what I'm saying. If address people. I don't have a problem with you. You don't have to like me. No one on this panel here sits up here and acts like we're royalty and we're better than or we're above. You guys, some of you guys, I'm not saying all, but some of you guys out here, especially well-known figureheads, enable us with that authority. Y'all say, oh, these dudes, they vying for the crown, and they think that they all that because they listening to a dev and all that. Like, dude, it ain't even about all that. But you make it about that. That's your choice. And we're just here delivering the news to you guys. And if we got insight, we're letting you dudes know about it. And that's all we can do at the end of the day. That's all we can do. We're consumers informing other consumers. I understand some people feel beat, and I'll pass it to Azur after this. I understand some people feel that we're not consumers because we get a copy of Madden for free, but last time I checked, I don't live free. I don't live free and clear. I have to pay bills. When it comes to me buying my games, the PC I'm building, I didn't get my parts free and clear. You see what I'm saying? I have to pay for that. You know, I have to pay for all these games. I have to pay for FIFA. I got to pay for Battlefield. Like, these games, I still have to pay for EA titles. I still have to pay for 2K and all these other games that I get. So, you know, we're giving you guys insight, and like what Sim said, we try to elaborately word everything we can to let you guys know in advance in terms of what's going on. And that's the best we can do. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, we gotta wait because we signed NDAs and all that. But once again, dudes just act, go into dunce mode and act like they don't have a clue with that. But that's neither here nor there. Bottom line is, guys, Sim was disrespected, to a very high level, and that kind of stuff is uncalled for. That's why this community has completely fell off the grid. And I'm better off being an unbiased gamer and just having fun with people that are like-minded, that are about the replication of football, and not just sitting up here and just running over a game for flaws end over end over end, and that's it for a whole year in, year out. So I'll throw it to you, AZ, man.
The reason why people want TV highlights and people who did ask for donations because it was EA. And that's why I had to leave the community. Like, anything you do, I bet I'm money. If I do something I could bet on and gain, I put money that if I was to start going on an anti-EA rant, let's just say I start putting out videos and break down all they were videos about EA, that I would be accepted after probably about 5 to 7 videos, and people would find my videos and start to say, welcome back, and EA had you brainwashed, and now you're back. Good to have you back. All those kind of mess. Because it's an anti-EA thing, and that's why I had to leave it. I don't care who makes the football game. I just want them. And I think that we've said that enough times on this show, in video. I mean, it's public record. We've said we don't care who makes the game. So as an unbiased person, the unbiased community, now that I have freed myself of the cancer that is the Sim community now, I feel a lot better because I'm not down to individuals who can't even explain. Like I've asked, and going with the whole saying name things, I didn't say names because to me it was unprofessional. But if we're going to name names, I'm going to name them because, it doesn't matter to me. Even if I saw it out in the street, it is what it is. Gedden. I asked Gedden. Or, no, it might be a question.
Hey, you cutting in and out a little bit, yo.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we got you now.
Okay. Now, I asked Gedden about Montana 16, and I said, Gedden, if it was some things that you wanted to see in Montana 16 that, weren't done well in Madden, what would it be? And I think his response was, don't quote me, I don't remember verbatim, make it better than Madden. Now, if we are privy to individuals who get to go to the studio, let's just say we were flown out from Montana, and they asked us that question, what do you want to see in Montana 16 that, we can improve on? Or, what are some of the things we'd like to pick your brain and get some ideas, make it better than Madden? If we flew you out here for that feedback, I don't think so. Now, shout out to those individuals who actually participated, because honestly, the people that are so negative, the NFC, so negative about Madden, cannot even explain to you why that Madden is trash. Most people that you find that run Madden down just say Madden sucks. Okay, why does it suck? I don't know, man. It's just trash. It's been trash since Madden 06, and it's still trash. It's taken them 15 years, 10 years, 5 years. Every game it takes years. And these same people put on the Stevie Wonder glasses when 2K comes out. I put out a tweet earlier about 2K not having issues and then put a picture up of Stevie Wonder, because that's how people do. And I don't like associating with people like that. The people that will throw a brick and then hide their hands, and then on the other token, just look away from a company that has obviously issues with. I always say this, there'll never be a perfect game. There's imperfect people make these things, so they'll never be perfect. But what you are looking for is continuous improvement. And I think Madden gives that, and people neglect it in the sim community. So, with Sim whole thing of, his GoFundMe account, you all didn't even, he's so intelligent, his troll moves go over your head. And that's a shame. Like he said, he mentioned, why would he wait till the last minute? If he really wanted to go and he didn't have the money, that would be very unintelligent of him to wait till now to say, you know what, I need to get on my channel and make a video. I need some money. Shoot, change is kind of strange around here. I need some money. No, he would have done it a year ago. So it's unfortunate, but that's the community that we were in, of individuals who not even intelligent enough to recognize a troll move when they see one. And I'll pass it back to Sim so we can move on. But it's funny. It's ridiculous.
And the funny thing about that, and after this, I'll just run right into the next topic. I'll throw it to Smitty. But the funniest thing about that is NY Kia, once again, one of the smartest people in the community, he says, Sim, there's no way I'm the only one that sees the troll move in it. I said, yeah, it appears to be that way. And here's the troll move. It was to troll all of you who don't like me or have something to say about me. That was just a part of it. The other part of it was a genuine offering to the people who support me. Like Smitty said, this stuff we do for you guys, it does cost money. I don't see nothing wrong. This is no different than me standing up at church and being like, hey, we got a big project coming up. We just want to, pass it around. If you can help to the cause, thank you. If not, God bless you. There was, in my opinion, there was absolutely nothing wrong with what I did, and I'm not being biased towards myself. I am very real in that, that effect to acknowledge that. If somebody else would have did that, I'd have been like, yo, that's kind of cool. That's kind of smart. Maybe some guys want to help out. What is wrong with that? Because you have the choice to say, nah, I ain't doing that, and you move on. It's just that simple. You don't have to get your panties in a bunch. Hint, the film, community. It don't have to do that. All you could do is just be like, I ain't with that, and that's it. Why does it ruffle your feathers so much? But anyway, let's move on. And like Azur said, sometimes when you do stuff, man, it goes over people's heads, man. It reminds me of hip hop. Some of the illest people in hip hop, today's people don't get it. Like Kendrick Lamar. There's a lot of people that just, he whack. I'm like, really? Because they don't understand. The lyrics are a little too deep for them. And that's basically what kind of happened in that situation. But anyway, we've spoke on that. Like Azul said, we are removed from that community. We are now the unbiased simulation sports community, the adult football community, the AFC. That's what we stand on. And you guys who support us, nothing's going to change. It's just that we're definitely going to take your advice and leave that other situation alone. But moving on, NHL 16 features, man, and I'm going to be brutally honest with you again. And, it might get me in trouble because, when I'm honest, people don't like it. But I didn't really get a chance to see all of the features. I saw a few things, so I have a small opinion on it. And I'm definitely going to lean on Smitty and Azul, and primarily Smitty, because like I told you guys before, man, Smitty is like our historian. He has the information. And one of us don't have it, Smitty got it. So I'm going to lean on the third of the Sim Standard here, man, to kick that off. Basically just give us a little information about the features that were presented, what you liked about it, what you may have disliked, and, how impressed were you by the information that they released?
Well, basically, how I feel about it. No, yeah, I'm here. No, basically, from what I've seen, looking at the post, I don't recall it to the fullest extent, but it's, number one, they're bringing everything back. Saying that was gone from 15, which is huge. The EA SHL, they're revamping the GM mode. They're I guess from the little descriptions, because there isn't much to stand on right now as far as in-depth details. So there's not much to really go by and say, yo, this is, ridiculous. But one of the things that stood out to me, I'll just talk about what really stood out to me, was the how in the GM mode now, when you're managing the team, you got to manage team morale now. You never had to do that in NHL. You never had to worry about morale. So now you got to worry about that. And this is regardless of whatever league it is. This isn't just like, well, in the NHL you got to do it, but everybody else is whatever. No, it doesn't matter what league you're in, or managing. You have to maintain happiness, morale, build up, all that good stuff. When we look at the little, they talked about the true skating, the pure performance skating, that's getting revamped. The player physics are being revamped. The puck physics are being revamped. And if you have NHL 15, from a gameplay standpoint, it was a pretty good game already. So so I'm just curious as far as what's going to happen there, as far as how is it going to look, how's it going to feel, how's it going to play. And one thing that's crazy that they're adding in now, this is that articulate detail, that attention to detail, and this is stuff that you can do when your game is at that point. You have the playoff beards. You know what I'm saying? They're adding that in. So when you're playing in the season and you get to that point now, they're going to grow out them beards. They're going to have them beards when they play. That's crazy. You have more individuality in the game. Like they're saying, they're talking about there's more individuality that's going to be in the game too. So, overall, mode-wise, the online portion is definitely getting its just due. Mode-wise, whether you play offline, at least it seems to be getting its just due. We got to see how this stuff, pans out come prior to release. But there's no answers or buts about what's going on with this game. Like I said, they're bringing a lot of things back, but at the same time, what I like is that, well, at least on paper right now, that it seems to be that they're going to be bigger and better than ever. You know what I'm saying? When one other thing that they have too that's interesting is that they have a couch, couch mode or whatever, where it's basically if you're at home and you got 4 or 5 friends or whatever, and you don't want to play online against other people, you guys can couple up, team up, and be on the same team from your house and go online against other people. You know what I'm saying? And then what I mean is, I know it doesn't sound like it's big, but what I mean is that, you know, back then you had, if you were going to have a LAN party, you had to link up consoles and make it happen. The way it seems to me here, the way they're making it sound is if you can link up, like you can have multiple people at your house, and you guys all could be on just one console and be one team. You know, you just be each position of the team, and then you can go online and play against another set of people that are at home and compete against each other directly that way. So I find that very, you know what I'm saying, very interesting. And like I said, I'm just wondering how all this stuff is going to play out. So I'm definitely looking forward to it. You know, and I know I said NHL 15 was going to be a day one buy for me, but that didn't end up happening because the bottom sink just fell out. Like, well, I didn't know everything was going to be took out that was in 14, you know? So now we already know, like they're already letting us know up front, hey, look, this is what we got coming. So because of that, I'll definitely feel a lot more comfortable with making it a day one purchase for NHL 15. So, 16. So I'll pass it to Azura. He give his thoughts.
FIFA, NHL, MLB The Show are all like late purchases for me. I played basketball and football. Primarily played them in high school. I actually played baseball in high school as well. But as far as, you know, video games, football and basketball are the two most forefront for me. So when I saw the NHL 15 news, the first thing that came to my head when I read it, the article was, it should have been in 16. I said NHL 15. NHL 16 news, the thought that came to my head was, well, that should have been in 15. So, am I excited about it? Not really. I'm glad that they put the things that were missing back and improved upon them. It might be a late purchase for me. I actually just picked up 15 for Xbox One because I told Sim that I needed something. If Joe Montana actually comes down the pipe and it's an Xbox exclusive, I needed something to hold me over until that, and I was going to play NHL 15. So, I played NHL 15 sparingly. I liked it as far as gameplay goes because to me, I think they're on that plane with FIFA. Obviously, somebody who plays it more might have gripes about it, but I liked it. It felt fluid to me. It felt good. So if they can improve upon that and continue to add features, then they're in a good space, development-wise and gameplay-wise. Because to me, like I said, individuals who play FIFA and NHL and MLB very deeply, I'm more a surface player when it comes to those games. Football and basketball I play deeply. But to me, on the surface, I don't really see that many issues with NHL and FIFA gameplay-wise. And as long as the gameplay is smooth and, respects simulation principles, I'm fine with it. So I haven't really had any problems with those two games in a while, NHL and FIFA. I've just been concentrating on, trying to get Madden to where it needs to be. And I don't mean that in the sense of development, but giving them feedback and seeing it improve and seeing the things that we suggested should be implemented actually come through the pipeline and make it. Because truth be told, they know, the problems of their game. I think we come in and reinforce that and, make it more urgent for them to work on the things as well, because we're community leaders and, it coming from the community, they see the videos on YouTube and the feedback in the forums and people on social media, so they know the problems. So hopefully, this year it can be addressed for Madden, but NHL, it'll be a late purchase for me, but I do like the series as well as FIFA, and I think that when Madden gets in the space that they are, we're going to be in a a good vibe, because if you have Montana and Madden coming out, those are two choices, and if the gameplay is on point for both of them, then there's no need to complain. I mean, you go from complaining to, giving feedback and saying what you want to be improved upon. But as far as, when you have a choice, then, you can make that choice. If you don't like Madden, you play Montana. If you don't like NBA 2K, you play NBA Live. NHL, you don't have a choice. But I don't know. I don't see too many people crying out for NHL 2K. It might be a small sector that are not pleased with NHL from EA. But it seems for the most part that most people are happy. But like I said, I'm not deep into it. I'm a casual NHL fan. So I don't know. I'll throw it back to Phil.
One thing I noticed, man. Go ahead, Smith.
Hold on. I just want to say one other thing too. And this is a point I had made it last week, I think. But as a consumer, don't sit up here and say, well, the devs know what they're doing. They know what they need to do. We don't need to say anything. Stop with that. You don't throw yourself at the mercy of somebody else in regards of a product. Whether you spent $60, I mean, people don't do it when they buy cars that that amass hundreds of thousands of dollars or tens of thousands of dollars. I don't see why you should do the exact same thing for a game that's $60 or less. So I don't care if they had nothing but NFL players and coaches and coordinators as a whole staff running EA Tiburon. I don't care. I'm still going to give feedback. I'm still going to make points. I'm still going to address my concerns, because as a consumer, you should always be concerned in regards to a product that you're considering to consume or that you are consuming. You see what I'm saying? There's nothing wrong with filing issues and complaints and such. But at the same time, though, we got to be, you have to be honest and forthcoming with how you feel about stuff and let it be known in that regard. And it's got nothing to do with saying that these guys don't know how to create, because guess what? When car companies and designers and engineers let people test their cars and check them out and sit in them and everything, people give feedback. And they give their thoughts and opinions and say, you know what, this should be there, that should be there. I should have access to this. I should be able to do that. Because they're human beings. There may be something that a casual consumer may give insight to, and they'll be like, oh, you know what, I didn't even think about that. All right, let me go ahead and do that. Or it may be something they already implement, but it's just done better in a different way because of how consumers speak on it. So don't throw yourself at the mercy of a company or any company for that matter. You know what I'm saying? Always speak up. So I just wanted to state that real quick, but go ahead, Sam.
It's funny, man, what I noticed, and some people might not have caught it, and it kind of leads us into the next point with the sim gamers and casual gamers. What I'm starting to see the lines blur a little bit with the sim gamers and casual gamers, and this is what I mean. What I'm referring to is the way these games are being produced. Now, you look at a game like NHL, all of us can agree that, yeah, this is probably one of the games that EA has that really represents that sport. But what I noticed right away, it's doing some of the same things Madden does. Visual on-ice trading, the pop-ups and stuff showing you how to shoot and pass, and that kind of reminds me of some of those prompts that Madden has. Skills training, stuff like that. And what I'm getting at is I see what was said by Rex Dixon. For some of you who may have listened to what he said a while back when he said that they're all about now teaching people how to play football and, learning the X's and O's versus using exploits. And if you notice, that's what they try to do with Madden 15. And, these are facts. If you look at all of the concept stuff and showing you how to read cover 1, cover 2, cover 3, cover 4, and et cetera, it's exactly what I see here that NHL is doing, visual on-ice training. All of those little guys. And then also look at the casual stuff that NHL is adding. Again, acknowledging that this is probably one of the best games, let's look at some of the features. 6 versus 6 online team play. That's not sim. Because you're never going to get a sim situation out of that. I don't care who you play. You got 6 people playing with each other online, you are never going to have a sim experience. That's for casuals. I don't have a problem with that. Let them have their fun. The same could almost be said about the online couch, but not exactly. Because I think if me, Smitty, and Azure was in the same house or whatever, and we was like, yo, let's get on real quick, we're gonna still play our simulation way, but I bet you the people we playing ain't. So those to me are casual things that is attractive for them so they can have fun with the game as well. Because the truth is, sim gamers and casual gamers have to coexist because these companies got to make money. They know they cannot cater to one audience. But what they can do, like Azure Effect has said several times, and I think this is what they're going towards. If you look at NHL, you look at what Madden is trying to get to, of course the gameplay currently is not up to par all the way with Madden, but I think what they're slowly but surely doing is they're making the game play a priority, but then they're adding casual elements in other arenas. Online team play, the teaching guides and all of that. That's how you supposed to make a game. Make the game, replicate the sport, and then teach casual people how to play. That's it. There shouldn't be, I'm going to focus on this, I'm going to focus on that. And I think Madden has done that a little too much. But I have to take Rex's word. You heard him say it himself. They're getting away from that. They want to teach people football. People are going to play however they want to play. Because think about it. Even with a simulation of fully authentic sports game, you can jump on it and play it like a casual gamer. You might not be that successful, but you can get on any game that you think is a pure simulation. Even Tiger Woods 14 with simulation mode. You can jump on there and try to play that like a casual, and you might not be successful, but my point is you're never going to change the people's behavior. Casual players are going to always try casual stuff. Whether it works or not is another story. So that's all I really got to say on that, and I'll throw it to Smitty. Just reflecting a little bit back on, Resolve's video in regards to that, man. Did you agree with his video? I know I did, but, there was a lot of stuff he dropped in there, but for the most part, how did you feel about what he was saying?
No, I definitely agree with everything, he has said in that video. I mean, that's what companies are gearing towards because at the end of the day, they got to sell the game. I mean, if you look, there's a game. Simple. When we would go down to the studio, Sean Mason would talk about that out of the park baseball, that Texas sim, and everything. Now, look at how much elaborate depth is in that. That's a niche title right there. There, you don't have millions and millions of people playing that game. And you never are. That's just like with NFL head coach. That's another game. That's a game that's a niche title. You're not going to get bulk sales out of that game. If Madden, Montana, if Live, if 2K, PES FIFA, if those games were to ever be that authentically detailed to the letter, you would only have a handful of people playing. And all those games would tank in sales because it wouldn't be accessible. You know what I'm saying? You have to make the game accessible across all levels. You have to be doing things like when Resolve was playing the game and he did a little rewind and all that. Like, you have to be able to do those kind of things. I'm not saying it's right. Like he had shown the rewind in Madden 09. Like, I didn't like that. Don't get me wrong. I'd rather you just play on an easier difficulty level. You know what I'm saying? But when it comes to these kind of games, like racing games and such, you can't have these games so hard that the casual fan's not going to enjoy it. Because if you do that, they're not going to buy your game. They're going to see, oh, man, this is for the ultra pure racing enthusiasts, like guys that watch the Le Mans all day long and don't care that they're just seeing a car drive the whole day. Like, they're okay with it. No. This is somebody that just went to the arcade, just saw a hot car in the game or whatever, and they want to be able to drive with one of those kind of cars and have fun. That's why these games have to be opened up like that. So I do understand what he's getting at, when you say that in regards to Madden. But, I mean, the same thing happens with all these games, all of them. I mean, you see, if you subscribe to guys like Shakedown, iPod, King Carter, QJB, and all them other dudes, these guys do videos talking about cheese all the time in 2K. All the time. But yet they play it. They play the game anyway. But they know, but it's so bad to the point where they just have fun with it. And they talk about the cheese. They still bring up those points though. So, and this is what I'm saying. I'm like, if 2K eliminates all the cheese and just makes it that challenging, they won't have that many people playing their game. And their sales will suffer. They want more people playing the game. They want people playing my team. They want people playing online games and cheesing and doing all kinds of stuff. They want people to take James Harden and be able to knock down 83s in the game and all that. See, they want that. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, they want to make it so that guys like ourselves can go online against a cheesy player and beat them with X's and O's and strategy and play to the strength of the personnel of the squad at the same time. That's the kind of stuff that we deal with bringing it back to the football side. That's the stuff that we have with Madden. Because you have, on one side of the spectrum, you have people saying that there's no fundamentals in Madden, and in order to show people fundamentals in the game, they actually have to have fundamentals in the game first. But on the other, but at the same time, I could go to a guy's channel like NY Kia, who is fundamentally showing me how to execute in the game, and and I'm seeing him play the game, and he's consistently making plays and executing based off of football principles. So I can't, you know what I'm saying? So if I'm coming into this community, I'm like, wait a minute. So on one hand, you're telling me, on one hand, I got guys saying that there's no football in Madden, but then here's this guy teaching me football with Madden. So, and that's what I'm saying. You got to call stuff for what it is. That's why I say I can't do the whole glass half full, half empty routine. Give me the full glass, and I'll make the determination myself. But that's the kind of stuff that these companies have to do. You have to appease everybody. And I'll just say this and throw it to the AZ. Your favorite Madden, your favorite 2K game, all have cheese. Just in case you forgot, EA did not stop the $100,000 tournament because Madden 06 had that vision cone. Oh, no. They still kept having the tournament. The cheese was going on in those games. So your favorite version of the game, no matter if you go throwback, current, whatever, they all got cheese. They all got exploits. We enjoyed them because of how we played them. So, just understand that. Like I said, we can't view these games from just one side. We got to view it from both sides all together. So I'll throw it to Azura.
Michael,
and you pretty much
you pretty much summed it up to where I don't really have that much to add, because true enough, we know that every game can be cheesed. It's not the game, it's how people play it. And that's why we say play with like-minded individuals who won't take advantage of the programming, because it comes down to AI and people wanting an experience they can manipulate. And if they can't, then they try to find an advantageous situation where they can. And things like my team, Mutt, Diamond Dynasty, they're not going anywhere because they create a lot of revenue. And as much as I don't like those type of game modes, you have to have them for those people who are casual and, just want to pick up and play. And the community seems to forget that there are individuals out there who just want a quick experience, want to play the game and play it casually. But you have to give people the tools to combat the cheese. And, it's just known cheese. And then you have to teach people the principles and fundamentals of the game, of the sport itself. And that's, like Sim said, something Madden 15 did very well with the football concept and teaching people how to read defenses and, passing concepts, passing routes, route trees, and route combinations, things of that nature. If fundamental football couldn't be played in it, then you couldn't do those type of things in the game. Now, what people do with it and how people manipulate the program, because it is a computer game, it can be manipulated, and you as a person have the intelligence over it to where if you decide to do something, nothing's really going to stop you from doing that unless it's another person who knows what you're doing. So, you have to be, as a programmer, conscientious of what you're putting out there. So I hope that the games continue to evolve to where at least they build the game for the hardcore fans, and then they have things, that will satisfy the casual crowd as well. Because at the end of the day, the bottom line is green. I mean, no matter what we come on here and say, and no matter how many times we visit the studio, the students want to see stocks. They want to see stocks go up. They want to see the game, received well on social media, and people enjoying the game and putting up videos that go viral and all this kind of stuff. And I know the developers want to create a simulation experience because, people like, even with NBA 2K, the Czar and OG, they want a simulation experience. So they're going to go to work every day and go to bat for that. But at the same time, they do have to have something to sell, and it has to be fun for those individuals who maybe like myself with NHL and FIFA. I'm a casual soccer and hockey fan. But when I pick it up, I am still expecting it to replicate the sport and be, based in simulation principles of that sport. But I do want to have fun. But, people's definition of fun is different because for some people it's fun to play checkers, but I like playing chess. I like having strategic moves and counter moves. And, the intellectual part of it is what I enjoy, the intellectual part of football. So as long as the game can respect that, that's what I look for in my football title. And I believe that we're starting to get there with Madden. I'll move it on to Sim and we'll keep going.
Yeah, man, that's really all that we can ask for, man. I mean, it's no secret code or anything. That's what we've been saying, and the few that know as I just rolled over some shrink wrap there, popping in my ear. But we're going to switch gears for a minute. We got 51 minutes left. We'll switch gears right now just to do like a quick segment. I'm going to go ahead and bring on the first caller that we have right now, the only caller, 205. And let me say this. I see there's a lot of guys in the queue. Let's do this, man, so we can get everybody's call in. If you want, to speak, you have a comment, question, whatever, press 1. We'll bring you in. We're going to go ahead and answer the calls now, and then after the fact, we'll touch on Montana 16 and and Madden 16, the screenshots and stuff like that. And also as well, let me say this: if you want to hear us, attack that, and if you want to hold off on the calls, then hold off. But what we'll do right now is we'll take a break, get the calls first, and then if there are no calls remaining after that, we'll grab that topic. And if it runs us through the end of the night, so be it. This is going to be a topic we'll be able to compare all the way until we find out information. So it's really not pressing to get to that tonight. But I will say this real quick in case we don't get to it. Smitty and Azur definitely agree. If you look at the Andrew Luck screenshot versus the last screenshot we saw from Joe Montana, come on now. This is the reason why you can't go all goo-goo gaga over a screenshot, because I don't care what nobody says. That Andrew Luck screenshot is fire. That looks amazing. And we all know what Madden has been up to this point, right or wrong. Has the gameplay in our eyes matched the visuals? No. So for people going so crazy, how crazy they went over the Joe Montana screenshot, now you guys see why it was so baffling to us. Because Madden looks superior. It looks wonderful in a still shot, especially this Madden 16. That Andrew Luck shot was crazy. Azul always says it. We got to see it in motion. So hold on to that. If we get back to the topic, we'll grab it. But let's go ahead and knock the calls down. We do have 3 guys in the queue. 205 is first. Smitty will get you. 573. Azul will get you. 337. I'll give you my reply. And let's go ahead and kick it off, guys. So 205, all the way from Alabama. What's going on tonight, man?
What's up, guys? How are y'all?
What's good, man? How you been?
What's up, man?
I've been pretty good. Put out my little video after seeing that little 3-second little football spiral thing, whatever that crap was, and put out my video about Joe Montana being dead. You know, probably got the most views I ever got on any video in my life, but you know, I appreciate y'all being fans. Going on from that, I've been saying this for a while. Nobody wants to listen, but y'all need to listen to it now. Joe Montana is going to end up having to go after the casual gaming market. Forget about the sim community, because the hand that you're jumping in here trying to feed is going to bite you in the end. I said this months ago, and I've been saying this over and over and over. If you do not market to the casual gamer, you will not sell this game. I don't care what you do. And at the end of the day, I can almost 100% guarantee you this game is not NFL licensed, and I'll tell you why I believe that. And I honestly believe that wholeheartedly now after seeing all this. Fact reason why is if you have Madden coming out showing everything early, yeah, maybe it's competition. Yeah, understand that, but look at it another way. Doesn't the NFL control everything they do? When you have an NFL shield, they pretty much control you. They got you by the balls, whether you like it or not. And if it was true that this game was NFL licensed, they would have Joe Montana, whether he's a legend in their league or not, former legend or a legend still, they'd have him by the balls. And I guarantee you he'd be putting out a commercial just like Madden did, and I guarantee you they would be marketing him to the moon. I don't care if they got Xbox behind them. I don't care if they got Microsoft. I don't care what they got. At the end of the day, the NFL still holds you by the nuts, like it or not. This game is not licensed. Y'all can forget that. And I guarantee you it won't sell over $25,000. If that, because ain't nobody going out and buying an Xbox and building a PC just to play this. It ain't going to happen. Y'all can throw those hopes away. And so either you market to the casual guy or you don't sell your game. I'm out. Appreciate y'all show. Sim, do a great job, man. E3. Don't worry about these other losers, dude. They're just jackasses at the end of the day. I'm done. Y'all have a good one.
Oh, man. Go ahead, Smitty.
Man, hey, we appreciate the call, first of all. I mean, you know, we talk on PSN, so, you know, he already knows what's up, man. But, look, I'm hoping the absolute best for both of these titles. Like I did in that video back then, I'm excited for competition. I'm elated that it's coming back. You know what I'm saying? I just hope that it's really good. Like, I just hope that Montana is good. You know, honestly, I feel that I hope that Montana is good for the sake of all the hype it's been given. Because what's basically going on is Damon and the team are being painted into a corner by this community. And, you know, regardless of that, Montana has to, like my man said, 205. Montana has to please the general public at the end of the day, because that's where the heart of your sales is going to come from. Because APF didn't do it, that's why we never saw a second one. So, you know, you definitely have to do it with this game, whether the game is licensed or not. Which I just have a hunch that this game is going to be NFL licensed. If not, it may not be for the first year, and then after that, the second year will be. But we'll see. Because the other thing, too, just like when we go to EA and all that, and we look at, the trailers and all that stuff, we don't know what build all this stuff is coming from. You know what I mean? So, yeah, it could look like literally nothing. I mean, I know it's not nothing because it's, a few seconds of footage, but I'm just saying, who knows what build it's going to be off of. You know what I'm saying? So hopefully when Sim goes, we'll all get to see what this is truly about. So, thanks for the call once again, but, those are the concerns that I have, but I'm hoping for 2 legit games on the market.
Yeah, thanks for the call, 205, and, if we get to the segment, I'm definitely going to comment on what you said. A great, great mind-scratcher right there by you saying the whole marketing bit. That's interesting. I hope we get time to talk about that. All right, so let's bring on 573. We got you in live on the show, man. How you doing?
Hey, I'm the Sackmaster from Twitter. You might know me, SimFBall.
Oh, yeah,
what's
again?
up? I'm sorry.
Sackmaster.
What's your name again? Oh, yeah. Okay.
Okay. So, I just have one question for you. The first video you put out about E3 or whatever, right?
All right.
The one that you deleted or whatever. Why did you say that you needed the money to go to E3, but then in the second video said that you're going to E3 no matter what? So you already had the money? Like, I'm confused. Like, I'm younger and I'm just confused. So I wanted to get that cleared up. I didn't want to keep on bashing you on Twitter. So I just want to understand what you're saying here.
And you know what? First, I'm going to give you the respect you deserve. You called here and you asked your question. I got to give you a hats off for that. Because, like you said, you're younger, but you're acting like more of a man than a lot of people in this community. So I appreciate that. And let me give you my reply, and then, Zord, you'll take the next call in place of my reply. But before I put you on mute or what have you, did you have another question, before you go? Because I'll definitely reply to that. No. Actually, I'm going to keep you on. I'm not going to mute you because you may have a response.
Okay.
So, let me go ahead and reply to that. I don't recall, and I'll have to go back and listen to it, but I don't recall saying I needed the money. I really don't believe I said that. I actually still have that video. I just, put it on private. It's not deleted.
Yeah.
There was never a time when I said I needed the funds.
Well, you never actually said it exactly, but
okay.
You kind of implied like you did. I mean, that might have just been a mistake by you, but I'm just saying what most people thought and what I thought exactly. So.
Right, and I agree with that. If it was perceived that way, then there's nothing I can do about that. But I'm pretty sure in the video I said the same thing. Hey, look, guys, it's going to cost a lot of money. If you want to donate, I'd be happy to accept it. If not, regardless, I'll find my way to get there. That was what I said. In the second video, I did reword it a little bit because, like I said, I'm a man. I admit guys that's cool with me was like, hey, man, that came off a little funny. You might want to further explain it. So that was the reason why the second video came out, like I explained in the video. But just for the record, go ahead.
Mm-hmm. Well,
no, go ahead.
I just wanted to get that clear because I just wanted to say that because I misunderstood it, I guess. But yeah.
All right. Well, we definitely thank you for your call, and again, man, I thank you for calling. And let me take a moment real quick. This is what this show is for. I really appreciate that guy, and I'm not going to ask him how old he is. That doesn't matter. My man said he's a younger guy, and he called to speak to the horse directly. The horse's mouth. Hey, Sim. I didn't understand when you... Dude, bravo. This is what I'm talking about. This show should be about dialogue. Catch me live on the air when I can't run. You understand what I'm saying? Because a lot of these guys say, he's gonna. I can't run from live radio because all of you are listening. And me and my man right there just had a decent conversation. I explained myself. He said, well, maybe I misunderstood it or maybe you made a mistake. He still challenged me. That's what I'm talking about. So for that, Love that guy. And Zach, I can't remember. You'll have to let me know. I was doing a lot of blocking this week. If I blocked you, please find a way to let me know I did. Like maybe you could tweet Smitty or Azur, and I will unblock you. Because let me explain that as well. Since we're no longer involved in that community, all of the hate and all that, I'm not dealing with that. It's a simple block button. That slows down the progress. And like SEC Elite said, it makes you feed into the nonsense when you're getting tweets all day. One of them times you're going to just jump in and say something. So that's why I block people. It's not because I'm a quote-unquote afraid of the truth. Who cares? Truth be told, I don't know any of you. You're internet people. But I respect people like my man here, 573, called up, confronted, and he asked me live on air. And either I was going to quote-unquote lie, get caught up, or I explained myself, and then at the end of the day, we both ended the call very nicely. That's what it's about. That's community involvement right there. And it takes a younger guy to call in and be like, hold on, you need to explain yourself. And you guys can't do that. That's very sad. But let's go ahead and move on to 337. Like I said, Azur will get your reply, and then after that, we'll rotate back to Smitty. So we got 407 after that. 337, we got you in live, man. What's going on tonight?
What's going on, fellas? I've been away for a while. I've been busy on Thursdays, but I'm actually free this Thursday. And I'm going to do something a little different. I'm actually not going to talk about Madden this call, but first of all, I want to give shouts out to Smitty for putting out that definition of community. I'm not going to go through the definition, but that's brilliant. I like it because right now the community is not sim right now according to the definition. And also I want to say that it wasn't until I heard Sim's second video that I was thinking about donating. I don't know why, but when you said you didn't need the money, it was like I wanted to donate. So, but the only thing is I even called Sim, I contacted him on Twitter and said, hey, I don't got the funds right now, but what's the deadline to get featured on a $25 donation or whatever? And he said, anytime. So I'm going to hit you up, Sim, probably on the 3rd sometime next month. And I just want to say that even if you did the money, ask for people to donate to go to E3, it's nobody else's privilege to knock that man for asking. I mean, it takes lowering your pride and being humble to ask for donations. I don't see how you could scam some people when you're not putting, force or obligating them to have to do it for you to go out and donate, just for the simple fact that you can get in there and talk to the devs that probably normal people probably can't get in, and we got somebody that's a STEM representative going down there or trying to go down there. I think we should all pitch in to try to help anyway. So that's all I want to say, and you don't have to reply on anything. I just wanted to let people know that's listening to the radio what it should be about, and we should want a core to get simulation or a better football game, and that should be the main goal of the community. Thanks for having me on the show. I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.
Appreciate the call, man. You in the AFC, man, the adult football community to us. Sim, he can respond as well. But as to what you said about, excuse my son, I have my older son with him in the background. He's starting to turn up, getting busy. It's his time of night. But I feel you, man. We all out for the same goal, and it gets to become a little bit childish. And shout out to the caller before. I didn't get to say nothing about it, but to think that a younger individual with maturity can call and upstage a man who probably has kids and a wife is a little sad to think about, man. So shout out to him for calling and getting clarification, and for Sim, clarifying it for him, even though he went over it earlier in the show. And if he was wrong, I'm pretty sure he would admit he was wrong. But I don't think, as I know in Sim, that he made a mistake. He didn't need the money. He was just saying he's going, and if you want to donate, then you donate. And shout out to Sim for even saying that, he'd do a little raffle for the people who did donate, because that's something that, he didn't want to do. I mean, didn't have to do, but he felt like the need that if he was going to, go to E3 and you all were going to donate, that he could give you a free game of your choice. So that's, getting something for something. So, shout out to that as well. I'll pass to Sim, that pertains more to him.
Yeah, man, I appreciate the shout-out, man. You know what it is with us, man. We all know exactly what we're about, but shout-out to 337, man, because, the fact that what he said is what I've been saying the whole time. Like, how can I scam somebody if I don't already have your money? I'm not Bernie Madoff. Like, it's a simple donate. If you donate, thank you. If you don't, thank you. That's all I ever said. And like, again, I'm glad my guy called and I was able to, clarify for him. It's just that simple. And like 337 said, what does it have to do with you? Like, why are you so upset? Like he said, he's a grown man. Like, think about when he's called in and the things that he's told us he's been challenged with, health things and things like that. This is a grown man that understands life. And like he said, man, I know it ain't cheap. Like, I know it ain't free for y'all to do that stuff. And shoot, I'm going to donate just because I want to help the cause. That's it. Because believe it or not, and this is a secret that I didn't tell everybody, there were people that asked me to do that. Y'all might not believe that. There were people that was like, man, you know what? You should get help from the community. You know what I'm saying? Like, you going down there for us. And I'm never going to tell you who said that. So for all of you guys who thought that was wrong, it's just that many people who are like, hey, why not? Because it's up to the individual to either donate or not. Just that simple. But whatever, we're not going to spend time on that. 337, thanks for the call, man. Definitely appreciate you, man. You're always using a level head. Again, like Azul said, you're in the AFC, the adult football community. So let's move on to 407. Smitty will grab that. 757 after that. Azul will get you, and then 202 after that. I will give you your reply. 407, we got you on live. How you doing tonight, man?
Yo, what's up, guys? It's King Javo. How you doing?
Hey, what up, Javo?
What's up?
Hey, what up, man?
On?
Smitty, you the man. We're going back and forth on Twitter, man. That was funny. Man, I don't know about you guys, but man, every day I'm like on crack, going on Twitter every day and checking those tweets and seeing what Damon Grove might put out and man, this has been a crazy week, Sim. You're not kidding. I mean all that stuff about what Dollar was saying. I mean, I reached out to him and I was asking him what was going on, and I think people are just getting a little bit crazy, man. I mean, we're grown men, and we're all just trying to get a good simulation game, and whether it be Madden or Joe Montana coming out. I mean, we all just want a good quality game, and I don't understand why people are going crazy out there. It's just going nuts. I mean, it's ridiculous. But as far as your donations, man, I mean, it's cool. I thought it was kind of funny when you're like, oh yeah, go fund me. I thought it was comical when I saw it. I'm like, maybe he's just trying to get some funds. I get it. It's cool. But my editors, I put out those editors, and I have a donate button, and this stuff takes time. I mean, you guys put a lot of time and investment in what you do. I mean, every Thursday night for 2 hours every week, all the tweets you do, all the social media things you guys do, game changers, how you guys are trying to make it Madden better, and all the things you guys do. I mean, hey, if you want to be a superstar and be Mr. Hollywood, that's what you really want to be, cool. But at the end of the day, I mean, we all got jobs, we got families. I mean, for you guys to go out and do what you do, I think is respectful, and we should appreciate what you guys are doing, and you should get donations. I mean, you should get donations for what you're doing, and if you can get a full paid trip, cool. But I think Dollar overreacted. I mean, hopefully he can call in tonight and kind of, defend himself, or at least talk about this thing in front of men. We're all men here, right? I know he won't. I know he won't. I mean, at least I haven't heard him call in and before, I don't think, and he and I don't have any beef with him or anything, but I just think it's crazy, man. All we want to do is get good games. Who cares about this other bull crap? It's just garbage. But anyways, I don't want to take your guys' time, and I figure I'd just call in so you can, so at least I can represent and take donations, Sim. Take them. I mean, if we want to give them to you, if we want to support you, take them. All we want to do is get good videos. And I don't know where the hell Geddon, by the way, got that video tonight. But you guys will talk about it later, I'm sure, that little hurdle video we saw.
I so want to talk about that, man, because I'm going to put a spin on that footage that I don't think a lot of people are thinking about. There's 2 pieces of footage that's come out. Nobody really knows what the source is. But wait until I throw the spin on it. It's going to get people thinking. So
cool. I'm going to be looking forward to it in the show. But, hey, man, I appreciate you guys. Smitty, I'm looking out for you, man. I want to hear from you later on about that Madden stuff we talked about, man. But hey, keep it real, guys. I mean, I like listening to you guys. It's fun. I mean, I've been doing it every week on Thursdays, and I'm having a good time listening. But if you guys ever want to do that guest thing that you were saying, where you want to have a guest come in and have more time to talk with you guys, I'd be willing to jump in if you guys ever wanted to hear my stupid voice. But either way, guys, thanks for the show. Keep it going. I'm looking forward to that Joe Montana talk. And Dollar, you got to chill, man. You got to chill. All right, guys. Peace.
Yeah. All right, hey, man, Havo, we appreciate you calling in, man. And, this dude, man, we'd be going back and forth, tweeting. Then we would send DMs. We'd be messaging each other and everything back and forth, just, giving our thoughts and everything, whatever. All respect, though, at the end of the day. But, see, that's what I'm saying, like, the work he does. Now, this is the thing. If people, and this goes back to the point of people saying we got the crown and we running stuff and everything, and I'll throw the name out there. Apex made a video making that point. Now, if we're running things like that, if we're that high on top, we will be out here living like QJB, like some of those guys. Those dudes go to 2K, go to EA, go to E3 and all that. Like, they spend a good part of their time on the road because of games. We be sitting up here doing box openings of all kinds of games from all different kinds of genres because they just sending it to us because they want our word. You don't see us. Do you see how many T-shirts we got out? How many SimFBallCritic hats you got right now? How many? You see what I'm saying? We don't have any of this. We have zero merchandise. We don't have any of this stuff. You don't see 2K saying, well, we're going to have a trip where we're going to fly all these dudes out, but then we're going to fly y'all 3 out separately. No, we don't have that treatment. You don't see us doing MLB The Show commercials with Big Papi and everything on our own and everything, right? See, we ain't on that level. So we are doing this on that level. Trust and believe. Like Sim says all the time. We don't have to do this. Then real talk, that ain't being funny. We dead serious. We don't have to do this at all. Because of the insight that we have now and the access that we've achieved, it's like we're there. And we push and we still represent what Sim Standard is about. It's just that we just choose to let y'all in on what we can let you guys in on. Because we want you guys to be up on game as much as possible. So it ain't got nothing to do with being holier than thou and all that stuff. Like, it was spoke on earlier today from the video I caught wind of. But that's whatever, man. So we ain't got that. But if you're going to enable us, if you're going to keep pushing the scepter and the crown and the throne our direction, I'll take it. But we never said at any point in time we all that. 3 humble dudes, like-minded, pushing towards a goal that this whole community wants, which is competition and a better version of Madden to play. That's it. So
that's it, man. And it looks like the people have spoken, man. I've been getting messages. Y'all want to hear what we got to say about Montana. So let me say that we're at 25 minutes. We have 3 calls. We have 757-202 and then our man Neff 253. I'm going to ask a favor from you guys. Can you give us 10 minutes? So I'm going to bring y'all in, but be mindful of the time because we want to have at least 10 minutes left in the show so we can tackle some of those issues. And I see another call popped up. So let's try to be brief, man. It's 15 minutes that we can get calls in, but the people are asking for us to speak a little bit on Joe Montana, so we want to do that. So let me stop yapping and bring 757 in. What's going on, man? How you doing tonight?
Hey, what's going on, family? Hey, man, real quick, I was the first one to actually donate because I felt like when Sim put that out there to actually get one of our own into the E3 and actually get some information back. That's the reason I donated. I was going to do 100 because I got it, but it wasn't about that. I wanted to see the community come together. $10 for 100 people that'll get that's the grand. We good. But like I said, it's a lot of BS out there in the community. I've been seeing it on Twitter, and it's kind of whack, man. It's really whack to see what dudes are doing. Like, that's some female stuff. That's what females do, go and gossip in front of another person. I mean, really, where I'm from, that right there will get you smacked. But it ain't even about that. We're above that. Yeah, we're above that. But that's all I really want to say, because I know I want to hear some more of this Joe Montana news. And I really wanted to say it last week, but the comment I made about there being flaws in the game and it actually helps people be good at the game, it sounded kind of crazy, but it kind of goes back to what you were saying. You guys were just saying with the cheese. I was saying that last week, and that's what I meant by that, was these games have flaws in them because it has to cater to the non-sim community. Because I remember back in the day when you would go to a barbershop in VA in 2004, every barbershop I went into had Madden in it. That's how popular the game used to be. You know what I mean? If you're from VA, it used to have that. They don't do that no more because everybody was playing the game. But like I said, man, keep doing what you're doing, bro. And like I said, I know you're going to get there. I'm in San Diego. If I could go, hell, if I can even meet you up there, man, we hang out, do whatever. I'll show you around a little bit. You just let me know. You know my username on Twitter. So, like I said, man, keep doing what you're doing. And the last thing I want to say is the reason why you got so much flack this week is because people didn't get what they wanted from Montana on Saturday. They have nothing else better to do than to, okay, we need to do something with ourselves because Montana ain't giving us what they want. These guys are getting that Damon Grove. Damon Grove ain't paying those guys no mind. That guy has a business to run and things to do, and I'm just going to leave it at that, man. Sam, like you always say, lights out.
Well, yeah, man, I'm gonna speed through these replies, guys, if you don't mind, so we can speed it up. Yo, bro, you already know what it is, man. I wasn't gonna put you out there and say that, but look, I love that. I appreciate it. You see it for what it is, and we're gonna talk, man. Because I don't know how far San Diego is from downtown LA, but if we can make it happen, definitely, man, we could do that, hook up or whatever. Then yeah, that's what it is. So I appreciate the donation, appreciate the call, and appreciate you bringing that VA, man. They don't know how we do, man. Well, let me move on, man. In 202, we got you in live on the show. How you doing tonight?
Hey, what's up, guys?
What's going on?
DJ, about time my man called.
Hey, I said I was going to call, so here I am.
What you got?
All right, so since you guys already addressed a lot of the drama and stuff, we're not going to give it more time than it doesn't deserve, so I want to focus on NHL.
Yes.
Please do.
I'm definitely excited for the features that are about to come out. I know a lot of it, and, you know, it seems like it's recycled, a lot of the stuff that's being put back into the game, but you know, for last year, I know I was one of the people excited about NHL. I was one of the people, I will admit, hyping it up for it to fall flat. I learned a valuable lesson last year. So I hope that this year, that with putting back in most of the modes that was missing last year, I definitely hope that they do take care of the gameplay elements and improve upon that for the second year on next gen. You know, for a person that watches hockey all the time, my team's the Caps, I definitely like to see better board play in this year's game, and that's it as far as I'm concerned.
All right, DJ. Well, you know, man, we definitely appreciate you calling. And one thing you guys should know is I love what DJ said real quick. Let me say this. Look how he humbled himself right here on the show. He was like, you know what? I blew it up, and it blew back in my face. And he learned to see what I'm saying? Again, another AFC member, adult football community, grown men. And DJ knows because DJ has been playing NHL for a long time. So for him to say all he's really looking forward to is the better board play, it lets you know that game ain't nothing to be messed with. That game is legit.
Yep.
So let's move on. Time check. We got approximately 10 minutes left for callers. So 253, that's Neff1 and 319. At least leave us 10 minutes left to talk, man, about Joe Montana. So, Neff, we got you on. What you got for us tonight, man?
I don't got a whole lot. I just don't get it how people are, coming at you like they are. And I've been knowing you guys for years. We've had long conversations, all three of us individually on the phone. And you've never came at me with anything phony, neither Smitty or Azor. So I think it's just jealousy. Like I told you a long time ago, we talked on the phone. A lot of people get jealous. They see you guys moving in the right direction, being professional, keyword, and understanding what goes into these games and what makes these games the way they are. As far as Montana, I haven't even looked at no video. I don't even care. To the show gameplay, it doesn't matter to me. You know how I am. Gameplay is everything. Without that, I don't even look at the game. So these guys are hyping up something they have no idea what's going to happen. I haven't even seen no videos or nothing, but it's just amazing that you're trying to do something good for people and they turn on you. And they just keep turning on you for no reason. They don't even have a reason. It's like, give a good reason. If you're going to turn on somebody, make it a good reason. Tell them why. Don't just turn on them and expect them to understand. So I'm keeping it a little brief tonight, but I had other things I want to bring up, but I'll leave that for another time. But just keep doing what you're doing, man. Don't worry about anybody else. And I'm not going to cuss, but I really feel like it right now, but I won't. But just keep doing what you're doing. You guys keep pushing forward. These games come out the way they come out. There's no control on how the game's going to play until it actually gets on a console. That's just the way it is. Today I learned a few things about engineering that I didn't even know. I've been studying it for a long time. It's not easy. People think it's so simple to do this and do that and it's over. But it isn't that simple, as you guys know, because you're looking at it from the inside down, not just the outside. So I don't know who Dollar Jr. really is. I really don't give a shit who he is anyway, but, I cuss. But he seems to be just upset about things that, maybe not going the way he thought it should be, or maybe he's just, upset that in the position you guys are in. Because if you put half these people on YouTube into EA, they get shown the door real quick because they don't play like that. When you go to a business and you start knocking them down before you even get in the door and know what's going on, they're not going to listen to you. It becomes a dead issue. And obviously the answer man, who I'm talking about, knows that himself. It becomes a dead issue. So anyway, you guys keep pushing forward. And hit me with that link on that donation. I ain't know nothing about it till tonight. And I'm out, dude.
Will do, man. Neff, man.
Oh, sorry.
No, I was just going to say, Neff, you already know. You need to be one of the guests. We definitely want to do that, because guys like you, we people that just have more to say than just a phone call. We don't want to stifle you. Like we told you, man, we really want this show to end up being where it's just calling. And we're just talking, and we're vibing and dialoguing. It's almost like a live Skype call, so to speak. That's really how we want it to go. So we definitely going to do that. Neff is definitely going to be a guest. King Havo definitely will be a guest. I can imagine people like NY Kia and both 757s, anybody, 337, and we're definitely going to make this a real, community of our own here on this show because the devs listen, and that's important. So moving on, 319, we'll get you in here. Time check, we got 6 minutes, so at least leave us 10 minutes. We're at 16 minutes and 3 seconds. 319, what you got for us, man?
What's up, Azul? What's up, fellas?
What's happening?
What up? I'm just gonna make it short and sweet. I saw that little post that JP Davis put on Twitter from the Operation Sports Forum or whatever about there's gonna be a lot of more features. Can y'all please tell me is one of them features gonna consist of gang tackling, man? Because that's what we need, man, in Madden. I ain't even thinking about Joe Montana right now until footage come out, so I ain't gonna even talk about that.
Oh, Lord, man. You're putting us in a precarious situation, bro.
No, all I'm saying is, like I said the week before, like I said a few weeks before that, if you've been paying attention to Madden, you're going to see the difference between a shortened death cycle and a full one. I'll just leave it at that.
Absolutely.
That's all I can give.
I'll say this. When it's revealed, and for sure, I'm almost certain that at least I will have some information come E3 come back and ask that question.
No doubt.
And you smart. You a smart dude, so you already know what it is. But, you know, we got to keep it very political here. So
no doubt.
There you go. You got anything else for us, man?
Nah, man. I just enjoyed the show, and I retweeted Azure Effect. He put something on the video about his little child playing the piano. So I just retweeted. I thought it was him.
Little keyboard,
yeah,
man.
That's nephew, man.
But other than that, man, I like the show, man. Y'all have a good one.
All right, man. You do the
Thanks
same.
a lot,
We
man.
appreciate you calling, man. And there you have it, guys. So let's move on. Let's talk about this Joe Montana, man. We got 14 minutes. I'm gonna be very, very brief because I'm gonna throw that little perspective at you, and I just want to see how y'all feel about it. And then I'll throw it to Smitty and Azul, let them kick it off, about the rest of it. But first and foremost, like I said earlier in the show, for guys who came late, look at the screenshot of Andrew Luck. Look at the screenshot, the last one we saw of Joe Montana. Looking at both of them, and you're going to tell me that we can judge a game by looking at a screenshot. Because clearly the Andrew Luck screenshot is amazing in terms of graphical detail in the face. Now, I know there's stuff missing. I don't want to forget my guys with the equipment, mouthpieces and things like that. I know. But if you just look at the fidelity of, his facial, come on, son. So that is the reason why we said don't overreact over a Joe Montana screenshot. Last thing I'm going to say real quick. You guys recall we saw that footage of the spiraling ball. We now see footage of a hurdle. They're very quick. Now, the hurdle one, once again, doesn't show NFL. That's a little troubling to me. But this is the thing I want you guys to pay attention to. Where is that footage? Did you see it on Damon Grove's timeline? Did you see Operation Sports posted? Did you see 2K posted? Did you see any credible site posted? How did we see that footage? Did we not see it from an individual or two on YouTube? So what's the point I'm making here? We're always told that EA is using us. Is that not the same thing if certain individuals are getting direct feed to post? Ponder on that for a second. So, but nobody has no problem with that. Nobody's saying anything about that because it's Joe Montana and it's not Madden. But SimFBallCritic and Azure Fact and Smitty, we done sold out. They're just using y'all as, marketing goats and blah, blah, blah. When have they ever sent me a direct feed? Even when they allowed me to record at E3 last year, it was full gameplay. And they wanted you to see it at 1080p. So that's all I got to say about that. That's a little interesting. Nobody's calling those guys out. Them being the ones who are showing it as well as the company who's giving it to them. That's very interesting. Go ahead, Smitty. What you got?
Yeah. No, I mean, basically, not even going from that, but that is a great point. Grainy footage being shown. Now, this is it. Now, I'll just make this point first of all, and this is from DJ, and this is once again, you got to view everything. Big shout out to him. I wish he had brought up this point too, but I know he's talking about NHL. He brought up a point on Twitter a while back, like I would say about a week and some change ago. The Unreal technology, like we talk about how the Madden engine is old and everything, when in essence, technically speaking, the Unreal engine is older technology. It's just old. It's older technology. At its core, it's revamped. The Unreal technology has been basically remixed 4 times over with Unreal 4. That's not saying they're not capable of producing a great game with it. I'm not saying that at all. So don't get me wrong when I say this. But that technology, Unreal 4
at the core of that engine debuted back in 1998. So essentially, this engine has been going strong since this engine is basically 17 years old at its core. It's 17 years old. This Madden technology debuted in Madden in 2005. So you have a 11-year-old engine versus a 17-year-old engine. You know what I'm saying? So that's something to think about when I think about that. And you go back to what Donnie Moore had pulled down, that tweet about them using 20th century tech. He was right. Now, that's not saying the games, like I said, I'm not saying the games aren't going to be capable, but that's something to think about there. Because this tech at its heart and soul is from 1998. The core is 1998 tech, rewritten over and over and over again. Isn't that the same stuff we say about Madden over and over and over again? But yet it's happening here, too. So, just saying. We don't know if they're going to be capable with the tech, with this Madden tech. We don't know how good, in the right hands, you don't know what could be done with Madden's technology. We don't know that. We're going to find out, though, soon enough, with what these guys are currently doing with this team there at EA. But talking about the screens real quick, because there really ain't much to talk about. People are getting hyped about a hurdle and a stiff arm, and a flash of a stiff arm. Madden's got hurdles and stiff arms. Backbreaker's got hurdles and stiff arms. 2K's got hurdles and stiff arms, so I don't see the big, whoop in any of that. There's nothing to get amped about off of that. And if that's why I'm looking for what they showcase at E3, what's unveiled there in terms of this game. And like Sim said, with the visual standpoint, I mean, you got dudes on Twitter right now after the screen's been released regarding Madden, like you got people looking at it and they're like, yo, right now Madden's looking hotter than Montana. You got dudes literally tweeting saying these screenshots of Madden 16 are looking better than those 3-second clips of Montana. See, that kind of stuff right there is not a good look for you. You see what I'm saying? So you gotta, and that's what I'm saying. You need to do a trailer. You need to unveil something. So that's what has me concerned in regards to the game. But overall, in all, though, I seriously hope that both of these games are good, because what will mess around and happen is if Montana is not up to snuff, you're going to have a lot of Debbie Downer people, and they're going to be all down because they thought that the game was going to be something that it ended up not being. You know what I'm saying? And that's my genuine fear as far as the community is concerned. So we'll see what happens, in a few weeks. We're going to find out. So I'll throw it to AZ.
And excuse my co-host because he's watching the show, so he might get a little loud in this. And I'm going to keep it brief. But to this point, this reminds me a lot of the time when Backbreaker appeared. And we backed Backbreaker. And we backed Joe Montana as well. But at least with Backbreaker, there was something of substance in terms of gameplay footage. Apex is free, I think, might have had the first actual gameplay footage, or they might have just put that footage out and then he broke it down. But he was always in the know of getting footage and putting it out. So, and Sim touched on this earlier. It's funny how the community gets on us, and I know the rhetoric will be EA is a large corporation, Montana's not, and we helping them. No. Being used is being used, whether you're used by a small company or a big company. So if they're used to get out footage and put it on YouTube, whether it's privy or not, or whether it's just tidbits, the 3-second clips have got to go. It's not good for individuals, even if you're just doing it to a niche community, to see 3-second clips. A stiff arm, a hurdle, and a ball spiraling is not going to sell a game. We need to see gameplay, and it would be very unfortunate for Montana because we don't know about E3 and what their plans are for E3. We don't know if they're confirmed. It's speculated that they're confirmed. We're even hearing that this game might be pushed back, and I would hate to see that happen. I would hate to see the kind of hate that comes out for Madden if there's not a Montana in July, because it's going to be there. And we know that, in my opinion, this is the game for Madden that turns the corner for this development team. It's my honest opinion. From what I've touched and had experience with, this is the game that takes it upfield. You know, we might have been getting stopped, you know, 2nd and 8, 3rd and 8, but this is the game that takes a little short 5-yard pass, turns and flips the field. And that's my opinion of Madden 16. We don't know what Montana 16 has. You know, it could be a Hail Mary touchdown, or it could be an interception right out the gate. And, you know, I actually put something out on Twitter earlier about how people perceive football and what can't be done. You'll see something in Madden and call it farce. An individual tweeted me a video of Tony Romo, and I will agree, the video was a little BS. Tony Romo did a front flip on a QB sneak, landed on his feet, and kept going. To that, I responded with a video of an individual in real life doing a front flip and kept going. Now, the Tony Romo part was where it was, you know, unbelievable and it shouldn't have happened. And that's something that had to be addressed. But it's just, you know, things like that. We talked about it earlier, the Russell Wilson throw in the NFC Championship game, across the field, across his body. Happened in Madden, you would go crazy. It happened in real life. And Madden is becoming the only football game to give you those moments of unpredictability and things that you've never seen in a football game before. And Madden is starting to do that, and people are getting unhappy with it. Now, it does need to be tuned where you don't have a quarterback who has a bad back running 60 yards for a touchdown. Now, that's just, you know, the interactions and the AI of the defense was just hard on that play. But, you know, you have those slices of, even DJ81 put out a clip of Alfred Morris just running through people. It would never happen in any other football game because it's more scripted. And we asked for them to go away from that. We saw what we liked in Backbreaker, and that's what they're starting to deliver. And now with these wide receiver DB interactions that we're seeing, we're going in the right direction, and people are upset about it. So Montana has to get something out for E3, and I hope Sim finds Damon Groh and gets us a champion interview because I know that he's going to be a bloodhound trying to sniff that game out because he knows about Madden. There's no reason for him to seek out Madden. I'm pretty sure he's going to get footage of it and do that, but I know in my heart he's looking for Montana and to get some footage out of that because, to be honest, I don't know about these two guys, but in the beginning, Damon called us. He talked to us. I haven't heard from him. He's choosing to go through Moody and Gedden now. That's fine.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
If that's what you want to do, it's fine with us. We still going to support your game, but, you know, we haven't heard anything. So,
man, you know what? As we getting close here, we had 60 seconds. I would say this. It's funny that Azula said that. I tweeted Damon. I sent him a DM. And listen, before I say that, I don't know Damon's schedule. I'm not saying that, you know, he hasn't replied. I don't know the case. I'm just saying, I sent him a DM just saying, hey, man, you know, I'm going to be at E3. You know, I look forward to meeting you. I would love to be able to get an interview if possible. I haven't heard anything. I haven't heard anything back. And, I mean, we're talking about Twitter. He tweeted out today, so I know he's on it. But like I said, I'm not going to jump to a conclusion. I'm just saying, listen, we're going to support it regardless, but I hope nothing like that is happening. I hope there's not being some type of division or what have you. I don't know. But we'll see. But you know goodness well, I'm going dead after Joe Montana because we need to know. But 20 seconds left. Anything, last words, guys, before we roll out?
We appreciate everybody that called in. Like, everybody's thought and everything. You know, the show's going to be a lot more wide open because there's a burden off our shoulders, no doubt. You know what I'm saying? We unbiased gaming all the way. So, you know, Great show, and this is because of you guys. You know what I'm saying?
Great
Y'all
show.
the callers, the community. Awesome show.
All right, that's how we'll end it. Until next week, I'm going to try to get this on YouTube tonight, guys. Peace.
Peace.
Once again, guys, thank you for tuning in. And if you want to interact with me live, come on by Sim Standard Radio every Thursday night at 8 p.m. Eastern, along with Smitty and Azure Effect. If you want to give us a call, you can reach us at 914-338-0794. Of course, for more content, go ahead and click the link above. All right? Until next time, lights out.